Hi everyone, Cinder here. We'll go back to... Oh, make our summon does sit on your shoulder. I was told that, but seeing it is really cool. We'll go back to Final Fantasy 14. As we are on the run, we'll see what our stalwart ally, Harshifant, has to say. I mean, that's... at least we know he'll be on our side. And we're just going to jump right into it. Poor Alphanon. Great Sukkar. He says we'll be safe here. Give us time to replan. Master Alphanon told me your tale, Sindral. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. 'Twould be best if I explained in full. Not all well is here either. Before the dawn. In times of trouble, there are few things more precious than unconditional support. True! That's... And I could be ever thankful that I have somebody that's like that. That being my wife. Always darkest before the dawn. What's going on?
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper.
Oh, man.
The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished.
Okay, well, let's go fight for them. Why not?
But do not despair. You are not without allies.
See, it's like, oh man, more bad news. No. You have allies.
You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts.
That'll work.
The falling snows, or some such.
Hey, that's not bad. Because we have the Waking Sands, the Rising Stones, and things are bad right now. We have the Falling Snows. But, you know, a place to rebuild, to... Alphinaud, you're good at this. See, it's like...
Who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton.
Awesome.
For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor.
that it shall indeed.
Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence.
Awesome. So great to have an ally during this time. Poor Alphanon.
You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind.
Thank you.
But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Gotcha. for stuff to load. I see he's outside. Oh, he is outside. Okay. Before the dawn. Oh, some lag there. Okay. So I'll show you inside. Upon proceeding to the intercessory, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Recommend you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Okay. We're not going to do that quite yet then. I'm going to wait 10-ish minutes. Give people a chance to get into the stream because nobody's here, and that way they can see what happens too. Anything here I can do? Well, taste of fear. Taste of fear. Inspector Hatchet. That's funny. Turn off your heart light. Said, the eyes have it. Don't see it right now. Any enemies here? You. Central Highlands, Metallon. Over there. Okay. Right, we'll go do that. Take a breath before we really get into it again. I need to leave this way. That wasn't the name. Swiftbeaks. Watchwolf. Swiftbeak. Sad that it doesn't get a thing over his head. Huh. Oh, I don't have the... Because I'm an idiot. That's why. I would hope if I had the... fires equipped. You know, kind of need to do that. Alright, do it again. Oh. The hatchet. Let's go, Lantern. Hi, Sky. Alright, you don't help me. There we go. Now you have a symbol on your head. I'm just killing a little bit of time. I wait for basically you and Maze, because that's all who ever talks to chat for the most part. Before I go into the next big set of cutscenes, because there's another big set of cutscenes coming up. So, you know, we got the message. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. So... like, oh, well, I'll just kill a little time before I do that. You are playing Breath of the Wild and saw a snowball. Now you're dedicated to making the biggest snowball possible. That game was phenomenal. I got frustrated at points while I was streaming it, just because of the puzzles. But absolutely loved that game. Love how I shocked everybody in most of the cutscene is another credit. Oh, well. Try again. Because I didn't do that. Okay, so I'll find one more and then we'll head back and we'll start that up. Breath of the Wild was a blast. Especially, I was saying, I shocked everybody because I had some experts in there with me, people who had played through the game before, and I shocked them all. Showed them something they didn't even think was possible. It was amazing that they just didn't know. It was extremely satisfying. The way that LP ended too, the way I did it, it was so much fun. Alright, 3-3. Done. Do this later. Let's go start this show. Actually, I would just teleport to Camp Dragonhead. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Let's go. Before the Dawn. Tajiro! Nice! Avenant? Syndrome? Is it really you? Yeah, alright. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. I'm so happy that you are. I tried contacting Minfilia and the others, but no one would respond. Then the Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. And the men told me to run, and so I did. I ran and ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. Who are you? Oh, it's Yagiri. Didn't recognize you without the mask at all. Ah, yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. No, well, great to see you. Pretty, isn't she? Quite. Anyway, after Yagiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Urianger. When we told him what happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the waking sands. From the outside, our old headquarters now looked like an abandoned storehouse. Awesome. Transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Urianger started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, eh? Great thinking. Sorry, where was I? Oh, yeah. So we waited there at the Waking Sands, hoping others would come. But no one else did. My people are searching for the other scions even as we speak, but we have met with no success as yet. I had hoped you might be able to suggest further places to look. But you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. That's what I figured. Be that as it may, we yet have cause to hope, do we not? If the two of you escaped, it is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women believed true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the Scions restored to their rightful place of honor. All right. Thank you very much, Lady Yagiri. See, all of our good deeds were...
'Tis all my doing.
Oh, it's okay, Alphanod.
I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes. And look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves and even the Scions themselves as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm.
And you were doing a great job. You brought the nations closer together. Heck, you even got Ishgard, who pays attention to nobody. You helped get that in motion. You're doing a great job. The rug got pulled out from underneath you just because there were more people in play, an even grander scheme than you were ready for. That doesn't mean that to just give up. We'll rebuild better than ever.
Headlong rush into imagined glory. I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve?
Peace? And you were getting there?
Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians? And find homes for every refugee?
No, we could try.
Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos.
I feel for him, I really do, because this is kind of how I've been feeling like a week ago for like the past 3 weeks to a month. It's like this, oh, I was kind of being really down on myself.
It was all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
But all is not lost.
Oh, Alfino.
So, Master Alfino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you?
Oh, I like that.
What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
We definitely want to get that wit back.
I hardly deserve such friendship. Besides, where are we to go?
We have here. And you know what? I'm with you, Alphanon. I loved your ambition, this grand plan that you had. But you know what? I'm much the same way. Naive to a fault in a lot of cases, but doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
Alfino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
That's right.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orshfon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians.
That's right.
The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
Yes. Good. That's how I got through bad times too, one step at a time. Yay! Credits, Realm Reborn. Oh, let us take time with the credits. Now we're really into Heaven's Word proper, because here is our credits for A Realm Reborn. Now here's the craziest thing. I super enjoyed this story, rising up as the Warrior of Light and all the quests. You know, felt like an MMO, and just the whole breadth of it, taking down Ultimate Weapon, and just it was amazing. I loved it. Loved the story of A Realm Reborn. From groups and just playing with random people in groups, getting through the fights. The consensus, basically, everybody I've talked to that is like, oh yeah, I'm working toward Heavensward, it's like, oh man, it's worth it. You'll get there. And they all say the same thing. A Realm Reborn is the weakest story of all the of all of them. Like, the DLC stories are it's worth it. It's worth getting there, experiencing. Which blows my mind. Because I loved it. It's like, wait, it's going to get even better. That's what we have to look forward to from here on out. And I am super excited. So basically, get excited. Oh, what to talk about? This, even if I get super into this stream will probably go. It's a bit weird. Alphinaud's VA changed in Heavensward. Oh man, that's a shame because I really liked his VA here. When you just continue, it's a bit of a clash. Okay, well, look forward to that. This stream will just go 2 more hours, so till 5 my time, Central Time. If I get super into it and we're really going, the reason for that is I need to go record for the new LPs that will be happening. Playing the song Answers. So that's the name of this song, Answers. So you can look it up later because some idiot is talking over it. Yep. Secret LPs, because I got a few. I'm gonna start going through those. Okay? Songs Answers. I'm gonna go listen to it later. I'm going to let this play for a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, remix of the Crystal theme, that's awesome. The prelude. Alright, hold on. I'm reading. This may go way longer than I thought. We might have to, we might be skipping on the rest of these because apparently it's over 20 minutes long. It's awesome, but I guess I'll leave it up to you. If you all would like to just hear me talk for, we could probably guess probably another 20 minutes because I see 20 plus minutes. Well, we've been at this 5 or something. 15-ish minutes. Then we listen to the music and see stuff, and I could talk about things. Or I can skip these and we can keep going. I'll leave it up to all of you. Cast your vote now. Oh, there's the main theme. Answers. I skipped to this point already. My patience ran out. That's why I went and grabbed something to drink. Seemed like a good time. Nintendo Switch Online is a subscription service, but it's way cheaper than other online subscription services. Like, it may go up in the future, but now's a great time. You can get the family plan, so you can have like more than one person for a year for 40. For 40 US dollars. That's $25 cheaper than the PlayStation one. And that's just one person. That's just you for a year. If it's just you using it, just one person, it's only $20 for a month. Or not for a month, sorry. $20 for a year. And like $4 or something for a month? And now that Super Nintendo online is going to be a thing that you can play it, that's awesome. I think it's a great deal. I was super excited when I saw that yesterday too. I watched the Nintendo Direct, and oh man, so much stuff coming out that I'm super excited for, and I was really excited to see that. The Super Nintendo is one of my favorite systems of all time. I love the Super Nintendo. Grew up with it. Oh, that was fancy for most of that group. I loved the Super Nintendo. And with the Nintendo Switch Online, that would give me a great chance, especially if they put some more stuff on there I want to play once that goes up. It gave me a great chance to go and LP some SNES games like I used to way back when. I think we're actually close to the end. Cool. Hey, I did it! Unless there's like a whole another set of credits. No, because here's special thanks, so should be good. So I'll just talk for a little while. I'll let this finish. I'd like to go back and do some more SNES games. Because I've done a few on the channel, and I kind of miss doing that. I miss showing off some older games. Because, heck, I'm not getting the views anyway. So I might as well do stuff that I really want to do. Why not? Oh, Sidro, play this. No, you don't watch anyway, so I think I'm going to go play this instead. Play that instead. That's my current line of thinking. So that could be fun depending on what games get put up on there. I don't think, I'm trying to remember back to the list, the first 20 games that are going to be on there, I don't think there's anything on there I want to Let's Play. It has Breath of Fire, which is awesome because that was my first ever Let's Play, was Breath of Fire. So that's going to be on there, which is really cool. Mr. Headshot. Production executive, that's awesome. Oh, so that's great. I recommend that. Game. Not a nice RPG. As it matters a lot to me because it was the first LP I did on the YouTube channel 7 years ago. A little more than 7 years ago. Here we go. More cutscenes. Get in. Oh, we're back to here. That's what I thought.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Huh? Why'd he growl? Hey, Ravon. Well, he's not dead, and that's good news. Again, we need to get him a Magitech arm or something. little boss. Can't wait to smite you down someday. Everybody else says no more. Yeah, I smited him to oblivion. It was great. Oh, Slahabrea. The door was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Oh man, Lahabrea didn't care. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Rightly, because you say so? Screw that. I'll find a way to make it more reliable. I'll smite you all down. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then? Earth is fertile, the seeds well sown. By my will they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known. You meant destruction. You got that wrong. Used the wrong word. By his will. By his will. That's not good. Y'all not supposed to agree on anything. What just happened? Who are you? I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak and make thine intent known. Urianger? You. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star. That smirk he has. So the usual. I'm fine with that. It's better than just death, death, and more death out there. At least I could turn despair into hope and delusion into truth. To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed heaven's ward. My left arm. Poor Rabban. But he's alive. Coming to Ishgard. Time for action has come and Alpha knows what he must do.
Dawn's light will shine again.
That's right.
So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything.
I kind of like it more. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of like this voice a little more.
You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Elfiner.
Lord Orchiffon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names.
Yeah.
But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Hi. Hi.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortan. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper.
Sweet.
Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed.
Thank you very much, my friend. That's a nice voice for him. I agree with that. I think it's a nice voice for Alphinaud.
Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
Sweet.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
Thank you.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Yeah.
Here, here.
Here, here. Ah! New quest accepted music. Did not say it was bad. Yeah. I know you didn't. Just saying I like it. Yeah, definitely in the DLC now. Go speak with the Count. Fear not, however, everything has been arranged. Sentries of the Gates of Judgment have been informed of our decision. You need not but state your names, and they'll allow you to pass. Manservant will be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor. Alright. It sucks to be whoever gets in my way right now, because I'm only going to grow in power. All of you who backstabbed me will pay. It's only a matter of time. Oh, can't get out that way. Go out here. Wards of House Fortums? Ah, yes. You may pass. Let's go. They shall pay with their bribery money. We shall be rich. Wait.
And so they came, at a friend's behest. Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood.
Treachery. I hate treachery.
With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came. To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Helone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and his companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
I'm gonna flip this whole thing down. For the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortemps, Heaven's Ward. Yes! Awesome. Though none knew then just how great. Yeah, I'm gonna flip this whole thing upside down. It's gonna be great. Welcome to Ishgard. Greetings, Master Dragon Soul. On behalf of House Fortemps, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you all would come with me. Let the clan hunt begin. So you want to be a machinist? Kinda? That'd be fun. Change classes for a bit. Now we need to do this. Now we need to attune to everything. Okay. It's like we just started. You know, it's great. It's really cool. do all the tuning again, which we haven't done in forever. So we were tuned to everything. Could unlock the class, that'd be fun. They use guns. I don't see anybody play as it now that I think about it. Is it a bad class? Temple Levamed. That's great. Amber Trader. Amber Exchange. Ooh. For other stuff. Okay, cool. Cool. Untested. Screw you. Alright, let's throw down right now. I'll test you. Hunt board. The Forgotten Night. So what's this? It's covered in bills showing the details of wanted monsters. Oh, let's change that. Looking you up and down grinning. Level 53. Now we're getting to the higher level stuff. Let the clan hunt begin. You've seen a scrap or two, a few. Five member Clan Centurio, the toughest band of warriors this side of the steppes. That sounds familiar. That name. It's not coming to mind right now. A FFTA reference? No, that doesn't sound quite right. Heard of the hunt, right? The grand companies run it and the rest of Eorzea, but up here it's the clan's concern. Follow the same system, but we're free to pick our own marks. Reckon you got the speed, strength, and heart to take down some of the most ferocious fiends this side of the Seventh Hell? If you think you're up to the challenge, head downstairs and have a word with Ardalan. He'll fill you in on the details. Why not? Forgotten Night Proprietor, Innkeep, Merchant Mender. Ah, all Dark Knight stuff. Cool. Doman gear. Stereo Seal Exchange. Interesting. Okay. Good day to you, young master. How can I be of service? I want to join. Because I can. Records you're up for it isn't for an old man like me to say otherwise. Me and him are members of Clan Centurio, a ragtag band of glory hunters, mercenaries, and has-beens, brought together by Sir Ludeste, one of Ishgard's most noble of nobles. Whenever a monster grows too big for its boots, we're the ones to risk our necks to take it down. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, as long as you can wield a weapon, don't fear death, you'll always be welcome in the clan. Take me, for instance. I was born 1,000 moms from here, but now I'm the one showing the new recruits the ropes. How about it, young master? Will you be joining us in the hunt? If the fame and the glory is not enough, perhaps the rich rewards on offer might change your mind? Then, welcome to the clan. What was your name again? Syndril? Alright, put your name in the book. Head up those stairs out the door, clan hunt board. Better stick to the level 1 marks for the nonce. No point running before you can walk. Okay. Sounds fun. We've had Midgar Soma out for a little while. We're going to change. Mighty. Follow the advice to pick any level 1 clan mark build that takes your fancy. Clan Hunt's now accessible. Defeat the monsters described on the bill, so you'll be rewarded with Centurio seals, which can be exchanged for exclusive items. Okay. Better bill hunting. Guess because I'm already higher level. Fireborn Hunter. Level 1 marks didn't offer much of a challenge. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just going to go ahead and take that. Posted Daily. Silver Wolves. Polar Bear. Sawana. Mysid. And Galamus. We get 3 Centurio seals and XP and 1,000 gil. Go ahead and take those. We'll go ahead and unlock the 2-star ones. We won't take them. Records are very more bigger and bigger things, does she? That girl had her way. We'd be throwing babes in the river to sort out the swimmers from the sinkers. Still might be onto something this time. 8 level 2 marks are nothing to be sniffed at. Alright. Turn that in. Can. Level 2 clan hunts. Wonder if I could take both, just to have it. Cool. Okay, I did that one already. God, the music here. It's full music. Fits the place very well. Okay. That's everything here. The Holy See of Ishgard. What's your sign? oh, the astrologicum. A dark spectacle. Tribunal. That might be what? Dark Knight. There's the coming to Ishgard. Don't see what I want to see, though. Maybe a little later. But what's your sign? Greetings and welcome to the Athenaeum Astrologicum. Ugh. Perhaps you were drawn by fate to this place of learning. Or perhaps you wish to know more about fate itself. Yes. Then you are wise to come hither, for in the stars are written the fates of every woman and man on Hydaelyn. It was there in the stars that I read a man would call upon the Athenaeum this very day, a man who would play an important role in my own life. My apologies. Even the most skilled reader cannot scry a name from the heavens. Would you be so kind as to give me yours, so I might know who is to be my newest protege? I'm Sindril. Well, I was not expecting that. Was a name, but an attempt by our begetters to wield power over the lives of their sons and daughters. Lives whose past had already been foretold, in a sense, that is. Let's see. Genquidar de Durandare? Astrologicum for the Holy See. Remember that name? For it shall echo forevermore in the annals of Ishgardian history. Well, it will once I put it there. Once we put it there. Stairway to the Heavens. Soul of the Astrologian. Star Globe. Velveteen Cowl. Velveteen Thumb. Where to begin? I suppose I could consult my divining deck for an answer, but that would be too easy now, wouldn't it? Very well, at the beginning it is. Astrology, or reading of the stars, is a branch of astrological science which originated in distant Charlatan. There have been astrologians in Ishgard for thousands of years, but it wasn't until 3 centuries ago when Ardunel the Younger learned that the movement of the stars could also be used to foresee the movements of the Dravonian horde, that the field became popular. Since then, what was once a single science has bifurcated into 2 similar yet ultimately different schools of learning. The Charlian School of Astrology and the Ishgardian School, the former placing a focus on tapping celestial aether and transforming it into beneficial magics, or astromancy, the latter, specializing solely on determining the actions of our dragon enemies to the north. I'm a student of the former, the only student of the former here in Ishgard, and have been actively seeking a partner with whom to conduct my research. Let's just say my fellow astrologians here have been less than approving of my path. As they do know Charlian astrology can benefit the sea and its soldiers, they will feel foolish for have ever doubted me. Doubted us. You will be joining me, will you not? Even a lifetime of study and training cannot unlock all the secrets written in those stars. Student of the astronomic arts for more summers than I can count, and I still often misread the signs shown to me in the skies. Though my readings are far more accurate now than they were when I attended the Atheum in Charlatan. The Charlatan, mind you. Colony once thrived in the Dravonian hinterlands. First 6 moons, I was not even allowed to touch the deck of 60, let alone conduct a reading with the major arcana. Most of my time was spent in the scriptorum, transcribing old tomes on astrological fundamentals, such as the 6 elemental houses, divine duplicity, class triplicity, house modarity polarity, dignity versus derivament. I abhor the task. it sounds boring. Till the end of the 6th moon, all the transcribing and prepare me with the essentials I would need to do those very things. Positions of the celestial bodies within the 6 elemental houses, and the relation to the major and minor arcana of the deck of 60. Therein lie the secrets to tapping the ethereal power locked in the heavens. And soon, you too will become privy to these secrets. Not this day, no. I would not have you transcribe musty old tomes, like I was once forced to do. No, the task I have for you is much more interesting. Despite the arrival of a very important guest, my old mentor has agreed to make the journey from the old world to Ishgard, speak with the Holy See, regarding implementation of astrological techniques in city-state defense. Alas, the professor and his party are now fully 7 days late in arriving. Well, that's not great. And speak with them to continue that quest to unlock. Of course he is. Nearly 15 years since he returned, his skill in astromancy has remained unchanged. Is any wonder he's yet to manage to convince a single peer? Oh, well, he's not good. That's a shame. Over here. Visibly upset and was about to ask my career over something I cared little about. Put my head down, ate my beet soup. You didn't hear it from me. We'll come back and do that. Would like to unlock other classes, give them a go. Okay.
go around. Ah, summoning bell. Nice. Here are your shops. The last visual. I wonder if it's up or down. Not this way. You returned yourself to all the Aethernet shards in Ishgard. The gates of judgment are now accessible as an Aethernet destination. Got it. Good. Warrior of Light and his brave companions walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight. I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present to you my family home, Fort Timps Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends. Introductions must be made. All right.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing.
You look super fancy. Count. So you're in charge of the house.
I, Count Edmond de Fortomp, do bid you
For
welcome.
Tomptu. Not for Tomptu. Ugh. That's going to be super hard to remember. I'm going to butcher that multiple times. My bad. Count Edmond de Fortomp. Super fancy.
As wards of House Fortom, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
Thank you very much.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Forton.
Count him out.
Honor is mine, Master Alpina. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Nice. See? Paid off.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies. Don't you think?
Very much true. Like, we need help too.
Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses.
Yeah, you're making the smart decision. You're counting on me.
But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
That's right.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
That's true. Taking in the sights. Oh, high quality. Probably that one. Yeah, probably that one. It's mine to learn more about Ishgard. Though our friends in House Fortemps have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper we learn about our new home so that we might become more self-sufficient. Agreed. It'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets, taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk.
Too true.
It would seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall of course do as you suggest.
Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, I grow forgetful in my dotage. There's something I must give you ere we part. Their documentation is in order, I trust? Yes, my lord.
Oh, fancy.
Those documents identify you as wards of House Fortemps.
Oh, it has the house symbol on it, which looks to be a unicorn. Which is awesome. Look, I have a unicorn. It's fate or something.
Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Fortemps. I'm going to want to say Fortemps because I say Fortemps. Anyway, let us hope it shall not come to that. Rest assured, we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Sindral, Totaro, the city awaits. Let's go! Yeah, let's go!
I like his cane. More town exploration, which I'm okay with. This is super exciting for me. I always love when you get to explore new areas. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you the Hoplon, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the Jeweled Cruiser, which is the market, where you purchase all manner of goods and services Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If there are no questions. No, sounds good. Tour time. Taking in the sights. The Hoplon, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. Oh, okay, cool. For the bronze great shield, that's awesome. Dark Knight, on the other hand, is highly tempting. Oh man, Dark Knight sounds fun. I never see a machinist. That's why I'm like, is it a bad class? Because like thinking back in parties that I've been in, you know, with other people who have access to this class, I never see it. Of course, the astrologer interests me because it's a healing class, and I see it quite a bit too. So. Magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. Vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thordan's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphinaud. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined with King Thordan I to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars. Time permitting, of course. Now then, if you follow me to the Jeweled Crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elazes, Master of the Markets. Mistress L. Hi. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... Ah, wards of House Fortams. How very interesting. Count Edmont has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners, should you be uncomfortable. Young sir, we do not discriminate in the matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Spoken like a true merchant. And that is why you're head of the shops and markets here. Well, if you have money, you are free to spend it here. Weapons, armor, accoutrements, medicine, materials, whatever you desire can be found in the cruiser. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Money talks. Our next destination is the Aetherite Plaza in Foundation, if everyone is ready. Okay. Bye! Tataru waves, I like that. They'll be seeing a lot of each other, I'm sure. Would be we just go this way, back to the Foundation. Armsmender, armorer, apothecary, let's take a weaponsmith. Level 58, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60. We go by 2s here, which makes sense because the level increased from 50 to 60 with this expansion. 58? Ooh. I get spell speed. I lose the critical hit. Oh man. It's expensive, but that's actually kind of tempting. We're gonna have to up our gear now that we're in this new place. Interesting. Very interesting. Battlecraft gear, level 60. Not quite there. Close. All this stuff has spell speed on it, which is neat. Way more defense. The other bonuses, they're comparable. Fieldcraft supplier. I won't be doing any of that here, sadly. My fieldcraft is lower than 50. Like all my gathering and stuff. Alchemist is close. I think Alchemist is 47. Nice. Cool. If I do decide to try out... You just got some to level 50? Minor and botanist to 50? Nice. Yeah. I need to work on those. I've wanted to get here. So now I need to go back and do stuff. Might buy all that level 58 gear. That would take all my money, but I might buy all of it for... Well, I wouldn't buy it for the Astrologica because it won't be level 50. 59, would it be level 50? But might invest in that. Because I see it all the time. It's gotta be... And it seems to be really cool. Here we are of Foundation Aetherites Plaza. If you yet to attune to Aetherite, it would be wise to do so now. I already did that. I will take the Dark Knight type helmet. The better half. Your guide is eager to continue your tour of Ishgard. Mine's still slightly better. So instead... Oh, okay. Well, I should take it for the Astrologica because I don't think I have a level 50 it can wear. No, because you're white mage only. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yay! As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? The Sky Steel Manufactory stands to the west. There our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The Holy Stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. Ooh, awesome. To the north and east can be found the Congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly, while to the south and east, well, 'twould be best if you avoided that area. Very certain astrology starts at 30. Oh, even more interesting. Okay. Now I have to level up. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alphinaud. Hold your news when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. What? You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveler. Ah, come to see the sights, have ye? Take a turn down the Hoplon and gawp at the statues. Well, if you have a mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink of the Forgotten Night, if your nursemaid'll let ye. I was there, it did seem to. My humblest apologies, Master Alphinaud. Pray pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Night for myself. I trust you see the wisdom in this, Sindral. Of course I do. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry? Inn, tavern. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Uh-huh. Then I'm coming too. Alright, let's go. Nah, okay. In that case, we're gonna go gather stuff now. I'll need to clear out some of my inventory. Our Lord Genequinard think I had information on the whereabouts of a handful of unbelievers from the Blood Brine Sea. Astrology, not a fortune teller. Actually, from what I've heard, you do kind of act like a fortune teller. Anyway. Even if it makes no sense lore-wise to do that now, you eventually wanted to do Slavsworn Quest and Revenant's Toll and unlock the abilities for your Magitech armor. Ooh, I should go do that. He must be the 100th of his little pets to pester me this week alone. Harbor no ill will toward ignorant unbelievers, unlucky enough to find themselves caught in the talk of stars and fortunes. I may tell you that sorry excuse for an astrologer for the umpteenth time that I heard not concerning his imaginary friends. Don't tell the Viscount I called him a sorry excuse for an astrologer, alright? Nobody here likes you. You're apparently like a fraud. But I'm going to show that, that's just that meeting you in any way has been unfortunate. It may not be in our best interest to be seen together as of yet. Certain people in the sea who do not approve of my studies. Everybody here practically does not approve of your studies, but I'm going to prove them all wrong someday. And I'll actually use the healing power of it. Outsider, unbeliever. Act in caution. Travel to the observatorium alone and meet me there. Okay. Do that later. For now, So exciting, all these new quests and things to unlock. So much fun. I say this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We but recently arrived in Ishgard, and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her more notable establishments. Master... Gilberlant? Just that'll do. I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. I like this guy. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I cannot help but notice a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Aye, up here you'll find peddlers... Actually, it's down here, right, because we went down. Find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth. Dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars, maybe, but not locals. That's perfect for us. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their taste. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits. All quality, mind, but not the stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. Okay, so down... So you go even further down, and you get to the more... I guess, seedy part of town. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the Broom, if I may ask? 'Cause the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick. It's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. Not just the weather. When the Wyverns broke through the wards and started tearing up the city, it was the Broom that got the worst of it, while the Pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the Temple Knights. More than a few people are still sore about that, mind, which is why, considering your present company, I recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below, and something sharp in your boot, just to be sure. Noted. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphinaud, I think it would be best if we returned to Fortemps Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Totoro, I'm afraid this is out of the question. My lord the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place, least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Totoro? Look around, Alphinaud. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. Friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Super smart. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please. Do you know how often I've looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? If I had a gill for every unwelcome caller I'd driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt for the lady's knack of fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. And remember, the bartender always has initiative. Something sharp in my boot, but I have this shiny fancy spear. And what that do? I don't want to put it into a boot. I have this big staff on my back. That settles it then. Totoro, Sindral and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by link pearl if you require assistance. I will. Bye. Like the wave. back to the Four Temps Manor, which will be back in the Pillars. Nope. That's this. What's the closest thing? Last Vigil. Wrong thing. Still learning. Last Vigil. Talk to you. Speak to the Count. Tell us then, Master Alphinaud, does Ishgard meet with your expectations? That which I imagined pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took. And when those steps took me past the scars left by the Wyverns in Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating. The casualties, unspeakable. The Wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children, were given no quarter. Sir Emmerich has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There is much to be done, yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Current reminder of a discussion a warrior had with a healer in a book I read. Warrior questions why healers just have to use staffs. Is it truly better to clobber threats to your patients? Better to clobber your patient's death rather than run them through with a sword? The reason we use staffs is because they're generally magical and help our healing be better. That's why. Silly warrior. Puts warrior in front of healer. Pats warrior on back. Just do job. It's okay. Healer thinking right there. Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord. After all you have done for us, we would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness. Yeah, is there some way I can help? That is a most generous offer, Master Alphinaud. You are a guest in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation, let or lend. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What would you ask of us? What would you ask of me? From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. Well, I can tell you somebody you don't want to do business with. Also true, sometimes we need to knock people out instead of kill them. As for you, Master Dragonsoul, I could ask for no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself, a man with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Artoriel and Imalawen. I got no chance. In their duties. Like that Master Dragonsoul. That's nice, see? Respect. I beg your pardon. Don't you start with me. Do you not know who I am? I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guest assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famed hero offered to do his work? Famous hero offered to do his work. It's like, come on, man. Stare. Hold your tongues. By the fury, the two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station, and show Master Dragonsoul the respect he deserves. Yes. This is the man who slew Gaius von Belsar and some half-dozen primals besides. He's not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand boy. Get wrecked. If you can pardon them their impropriety, Master Dragonsoul, I should be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. Oh man, those are your sons? That's even worse. You weren't talked down to just by like your lord. You know, you were told by your dad. And that's like always, you know, fear of God type stuff. When he takes your tone, takes that tone with you. Doesn't matter how old you are. Of course. No offense taken. My thanks. Fury willing, they might even learn something from you. Ah, oh, glorious. Oh, amazing. See? He gets it. Like, this isn't some, you know, just whatever adventurer. Hero killed the Emperor. Slayed half a dozen primals. But you shut up and learn something. 'Twould seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance sake. In truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. Of course he is, but this helps us. Right, not quite the Emperor, just... Right, that's what Belsar wasn't the Emperor, but a high-up person. By granting us patronage, House Fortins, right, the Emperor will die later by our hands. That comes later. I am sure. Boy, I hope so, the way they've been pumping him up. House Fortins has taken a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so, he would have us publicly serve Ishgard, while simultaneously keeping his sons in check. 'Tis an arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who know something about our missing comrades. And as you go helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make new consequences in Ishgard, mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. Yeah, I mean, this works for us. There's no reason not to help. Because we get a lot out of it too. Click. Rainbow Cap of Healing. 1. Rainbow Cap of Casting. Rainbow Cap of Aiming. Rainbow Cap of Casting. Of Healing, I guess. Bye-bye. Remember this. 2 quests. Let's do the more grumpy one first. Over the Wall. Less than eager to brief you on his mission. Let us begin anew, Master Dragonsoul. I am Sir Oriel de for. I keep wanting to say Fortis, but Fortomps. Eldest son. Eldest son of the Count. Got it? Forgive me my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. Harshavat has spoken of you often. If you're even half the man he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To matter at hand, then. We'll be assisting my esteemed compatriots of houses Durandal and Desmel. You're aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye, well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture. But we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Make for the Chocobo Stables in Foundation. Understood? And I assume you're the younger brother. And then you're the youngest. Onwards and upwards. When a man like Lord Emilion is in high spirits, you can be sure that trouble is in store. Oh, man. Shall we be off then, old boy? Ah, where are my manners? Second son of Count Edmund de Hortense. True-born, that is. True-born. Yes, yes, I know what you're thinking, and you're absolutely right. What ill fortune to be born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. You see that a lot in things set in like fantasy or medieval times. Oh, okay, Sky. You'll miss just about like half an hour, so that won't be too bad. Have a good day, and hopefully your network acts better tomorrow. Oh, my brother would never cut me off, 'tis true, but who could be satisfied subsisting on a meager allowance, forever overshadowed by his sibling? Not I, old boy, not I. Need your help to ensure that this business in the Sea of Clouds goes swimmingly, so that the tales of my great deeds can win me a place in the people's hearts. Or, better yet, raise me higher in their estimations than Arturo? Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary hero to do my bidding. I don't do your bidding. Just gonna... Oh, don't look at me that way. I jest. Anyway, we are to aid the good men and women of House Hallinart. They have been steadfast friends to our house, though they've fallen on hard times since the calamity, poor blighters. And as for what precisely we'll be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? You should tell me everything in advance. Just come along with me to the airship landing. We need to take the airship to Camp Cloudtop. Also following along. Okay. There's our two quests. So, two different places we'll be going. One's to the Sea of Clouds. One is to the Falcon's Nest. Taint misbehaving. Let's go grab that real quick, because it's showing up here. And that, I do believe, now that I have access to this, will start unlocking some more fun stuff for me. I was gonna jump and I was like, no, that's not right. Taint misbehaving. Raya Osena has a task of great import for you. Who is that beside? Who's that in between two words? Syndrome, you could not have come at a better time. We have dire need of your aid. There is a time to explain, but know that trouble is afoot. Ask you to meet me at the Guardian Tree. Sorry, I need to go for Branch Meadows. I was still mounted. So something bad is happening in Mario Senna wants our help, so let's go. Gotta help a fellow white mage. As a Dragoon, one of the Ishgardian officers asked to become my student. Oh, that's boss. That is cool. Because Dragoons are really high esteem there. That's cool. How fares the Great One? Hey, Arun is here too. Unchanged from before, I'm afraid. He repeats the same words over and over. Then it falls to us to glean their meaning. Very well. Sindral, you recall the time we performed the quieting and quelled the Great One's rage? Yeah, of course. That was the level 50 White Mage quest. Since that day, we've continued communing with him to ensure that all is well. And it was. Until recently. I'm afraid to say that an unsettling change came over the Great One some days ago. He's taken to repeating the same words to us. The taint floodeth the forest, its beating heart to befoul. After some inquiries and research, we were able to learn that the Great One has spoken these words before, during the time of Atoa Kant. Immediately, we were made to wonder. When Atoa Kant embarked upon his journey of healing, could his purpose have been to protect the forest from the taint of which the Great One now warns? We sought to delve further into this, but no accounts of Master Atoa's journey are to be found at Stillglade Fane. Such records as exist are in the keeping of his foremost student, the mage who recovered his remains from Orgomoro. If he is still alive, he may be able to assist us. We prepared a missive, and we would ask you to deliver it to his hands. After entering his beloved master, the man is said to taken up residence at Fallgourd Float, that he might be near the inn, that he might ever be near to tend the tomb. If he is there still, the locals may be able to point you in his direction. While you see to this task, my brother and I shall remain here and continue observing the Great One. My thanks in advance, Sindral. Of course. We know just how important this is. Anything the Great Tree has to say. Ishgardians are highly specialized to fight dragons, but I have learned to adapt to many kinds of different creatures. Because Dragoon? Seek Master Atoa's former student? I'm afraid he has departed for the realm yonder. His granddaughter now tends the tome at Proud Creek in his stead. Truth be told, I'm worried about her. The area is thick with fiends, and even experienced wood whalers avoid venturing there unaccompanied. Alright, so we should definitely go check that out. Atoa cancelled student? I'd heard that someone's tending the tome, but it's a young maid, as I recall. That old fellow? I'm afraid he passed away some years ago. I remember him well, though. Took care of his master's tome to the very end. His granddaughter, Ashiva, tends to the place now. She's been especially attentive since those accursed bandits came and defiled it. Okay. Here to help. The mailed man. Wow, those hit for a K. That was impressive. Okay. Thank you so much. I was focused on tending the tome. I failed to notice the fiends approaching me. What? You're searching for the granddaughter of Master Atoa's former student? That's me! Delivered the Seed Seer's missive. Know that I have taken on my grandfather's responsibilities. If it is within my power to help the Seed Seers, I shall be glad to do so. Pajali missive. Taint threatens the Twelveswood? No Fika have mercy. As the Seed Seers have surmised, 'twas to purge the taint that Master Atoa journeyed the length and breadth of the realm. Simply put, the taint is ether that has been befouled. If we're to be rid of it, we must find the source of the corruption and cleanse it. Question is, are the Seed Seers prepared to do what Master Atoa once did? I'm ready. At any rate, it's best I speak to them directly. Okay. This is all so cool. So many new things, and we still have a whole bunch of old things we can do too. It's great. And thanks for finding us Shiva, Sindral. She's told us all. If we're to protect the 12's from the taint, we must needs deal with the corruption at its source. Is that the way of it? It is. That is why Master Atoa embarked upon his journey, heedless of his Pajala heritage. And yet, Master Atoa was no ordinary Pajal. We are duty-bound to remain in the forest. We cannot simply leave it. But I can. Sindral, I'm loath to ask this of you, after all you've already done for us. But the preservation of the 12's is at stake. You're not Bajala, and hence not bound by the laws which bind us. Will you embark upon this quest in our stead? Absolutely. With all due respect, I cannot believe what I am hearing. You would entrust the fate of this forest to an adventurer? You don't know, so I'm going to let that one slide. Calm yourself, and know that Sindral is no ordinary adventurer. Nay, he is a white mage true, chosen by Master Atoa himself to be his successor. He bears his soul crystal and his legacy both. I have every confidence you'll be able to purge the taint. As such, I would join my voice to my brother's request. Got it. Master Atoa's successor? That such an individual existed. I wish to make a request of my own. In his youth, my grandfather served Master Atoa proudly, accompanying him wheresoever he went and assisting in purification rituals. It has ever been my desire to emulate my grandfather's deeds. If Sindral was to undertake this quest to eliminate the taint, I would likewise accompany and assist him. That's cool, following your grandfather's footsteps. I'm down with that. The journey will be fought with peril. Are you willing to risk life and limb solely for the sake of emulating your grandfather? I am, my lady, but that is not the whole of it. I cannot sit idly by while a threat encroaches upon the 12's. It is our home, and we each must do our part to protect it. Reading is hard. Our part. I see that your heart is true. Very well. Assuming that Sindral consents, and I see no reason why he would not, you have our blessing to accompany him. The fate of the 12's is in your hands. We shall pray for your success. Yo. This guy got lucky. Now you're fine. There's something about Lou. Now he can fight them all. And there's no need to back up anymore, guy. You can just fight. I mean, it's good training, right? Oh, I suppose I should help. All right. Ah, I still have some too. I don't think it's part of it, but it'd be really funny. That should do it. Done. I have nothing else. I got the serpent seals. Now back over here. We will need to make plans for the journey. Come and see me at Fallgord Float. All right. Man, now I really just want to keep playing this. There's so much to do now. And they call themselves Padjals. You wonder at my irritation, I shouldn't doubt. I suppose I ought to explain. You see, I was brought up on the tales of Master Atoa's journeys, the sufferings he endured for the sake of the Twelveswood. Young though he was, I was deeply touched by his courage and sacrifice, and to this day his deeds remain close to my heart. That's why it irks me that the Seed Seers will not lift a finger to help the forest. But, thankfully, we have you. As Master Ato has chosen, you're far more dependable. Now then, speak of the journey. Grandfather left his records of Master Atoa's journeys in my keeping. I'll scour them for clues as to where we must go. While I do this, pray attend to your own preparations. I shall be here when you are ready to strike out. The next White Mage quest will be available for Miss Shiva upon reaching level 52, and every 2 levels after that. I do believe, and that's how we'll get the spells that I've been missing. We've been getting levels because we've been getting XP, but we haven't been learning any new spells because they were locked behind this, behind Heavensward. A Journey of Purification. Ashiva has uncovered a clue for your quest to purge the taint. We will get the Asylum ability. Envelops a designated area in a veil of succor, healing any party members who enter. Lasts for 24 seconds. That sounds awesome. And Secret of the Lily. Adds a lily to your healing gauge for every 30 seconds you're engaged in combat, up to a maximum of 3. And I've been needing this ability for another skill that I got at 52. Come at a good time, Syndrel. I believe I found a clue in my grandfather's records. There's a passage which tells of the time when the taint reached the forest via a subterranean water vein. Master Atoa traced it back to its source at Abalitha's spine, and there he purged the corruption. I could not continue here because my next quest sends me into the middle of Ishgard's wildlands, which I have no access to yet. That may happen to me too. Lest you wonder, 'tis the mention of the water vein that interests me. Allow me to explain. Though the danger to the Twelveswood has become so dire as to elicit emphatic warnings from the Great One, none of the Padjals or hearers were aware of it. If we then consider the Great One's warning that the taint shall flood the forest, I am inclined to conclude that befouled ether is being conveyed via water veins. Hey, that's smart. I can see that. Years have passed since Master Atoa purged the taint. A new source of corruption may well have manifested in the intervening time. First, I suggest we take our investigation to the central highlands of Cothrus. I heard what it was said, and now I already forgot. Camp Dragonhead. Okay. Now I know I have access to that. So many games to play right now. Ah. And more are coming out soon. Everything is frozen over. I had read about the snow-swept mountains, but no amount of reading can substitute for seeing. Correct. Oh, she changed her look. Now she has gear on. I have a confession to make. This is my first time setting foot outside the Trellswood. The experience is proving to be a very fascinating and frightening, at once fascinating and frightening, but I digress. Spoke with the knights about water veins. They say that one passed beneath the area just south of here. Area happens to be thick with fiends, and these fiends happen to have grown unnaturally aggressive as late. Hey, we've seen this before in our healing travels. Our conjurer teachings. I would also wager that the taint is to blame for that change. Depart from the area in question in a mission to cull the unruly creatures. Yeah, let's go join them. Just south. Cool. I mean, it's a great problem to have, but it's still a problem. I mean, all the games to play. Oh, she's got a spear. Neat. Alright, let's go. Let's aid the knights. Sync to 54. Okay. The ethereal. Interesting. I'll tend to the fiends. Focus on healing. You got it. Rude. I'm getting hit by that. Yep. I'm gonna get hit again now that I'm stuck with it. Oh, Almost done. Nice. I like this one. This one is just a straight up healing one. It's cool. Good. It's nice to see getting a quest like that, considering that's my role. Yeah, we're good now. Brilliant conviction. Breaking limits as only a true warrior of light could. Brilliant conviction. That's different than what it was before, right? The buff? I think the buff had a different name before. Gotta help the House for Tom's people. Of course. Did it. Yeah, exactly. An aiding House for Tom. Now, purify.
This energy, soothing and pure, 'tis precisely as my grandfather wrote. And your soul crystal, I believe it's taken on a new radiance. In all likelihood, the spirit of Master Atoa within has bestowed upon you greater power. I wonder, could it be that the act of purifying serves to empower the White Mage? If this is true, it makes the Pajar's refusal to leave the forest even more incomprehensible. How long will they allow their laws to dictate their actions to the detriment of reason? At any rate, there is not more to do here. Let us return to Camp Dragonhead.
Healing is what we white mages do, so. That was cool. That was a neat mission because it was based on healing. Oh. Don't do that.
Let us review what we've learned. As we suspected, the taint is being born along subterranean water veins. According to my grandfather's records, the headwater of the vein we just visited is situated further to the west. Unfortunately, it lies beyond the holy see of Ishgard, as foreigners will require special permission to pass through the city. I shall contact Stillglade Fane and request to have the Elder Seedseer issue us with the necessary papers. Of course, were one of the Seedseers here, we would not have to go through all this hassle.
Man, she's just taking digs at them every chance she gets.
I shall survey the lay of the land in order to ascertain our next destination. Meanwhile, I suggest you take the time to accustom yourself to your newfound power. I shall be here when you're ready to resume our mission.
That was cool. Had like an emblem. Oh, there is our new gauge. Healing gauge unlocked. The healing gauge displays the current number of lilies a white mage has accumulated. Lilies are accumulated as time passes while engaged in combat. Lilies are consumed by the actions Affluous Solace and Affluous Rapture, which we get at 76. You can view the job gauge description anytime from the Actions and Traits menu. So I'll need to move it probably up here somewhere. And this one's the 54, or, yeah, 54 quest. New abilities, yay! You move up. You go here. Here is our Afflutus Solus. Restore target's HP. Cure potency 100. Has a 2.5 recast time. It's just as strong as a Cure 2, and it takes one of these special lilies. What's the upside if it's just as strong as a Cure 2? It's instant. Remember, we get one of these every 30 seconds, so basically we can cast this once every 30 seconds. While in every 30 seconds in combat. When somebody needs to be healed, right then, it'll be a great tool in our healing toolbox. Because it's instant. And healing just as much as a Cure 2, that's great. It'll be very useful for us to have. But that is going to have to do it for today's stream. As much as I want to keep going, I don't know if I could... I might not have access to the level 54 area yet. Which would be okay, because our gear probably isn't up to snuff either. The further we go in, the more this level 50 gear, as great as it is, will start to fall behind. So we'll need to replace it with newer things. So it might behoove us to do more of the main story. The girl with the dragon tissue. See what you did there, game. Well done. That was cool. We got the symbol and everything. Is it the... Yeah, it's the white mage symbol. I didn't catch the screenshot when we powered up. That was really cool. I might keep that. I might keep the Theris Atma on because I might work on it. So many things to do. So many routes we can take. And I am super excited that that is the case. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a ton of fun. We'll try out our new spells soon, I'm sure. And until tomorrow, for more FF14, really excited about. I'm Syndrel. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.